Hi all, it's David Fuchs, and as you can see, I'm in the web tiles version of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soups today. I've currently left my Hill Orc for a little bit because I got this little inkling to play a Mountain Dwarf. And just so people know what Mountain Dwarfs are, they're basically a species that got removed in 0.10 of the game. And they were basically removed because one of the developers felt that Mountain Dwarves, Hill Orcs, and Minotaurs are very similar. And he felt that one had to go. He felt like Hill Orcs, they were like the only orc and they had their own personal god, and so he left them in. And he felt that Minotaurs, they could be worked around to make them a little bit more interesting. But I guess the Mountain Dwarf, he basically felt it was just, I guess, generic and it had to go. It was met with protest by lots of players, obviously. Not just a lot of players, many players revolted at the idea. So a lot of people actually played 0.9 for quite a little bit, but they're getting on in their versions now, and I'm thinking before it disappears, I can download the version 0.9. I figured I might as well play a little bit of the Mountain Dwarf just to show it off, before it's gone. So what they are basically, Mountain Dwarfs are basically heavy armor users. They have poor dodging, good armor, poor spell casting except for fire magic and earth magic, and they're good at evocations and axes, flails, traps, crossbows. So they're very dwarfish in how they work. In concept, they're actually kind of like the dwarfs you find in Dwarf Fortress from Slaves of Marmok and all that series. But anyhow, they're basically gone, and you can only play them if you play older versions of the game. Now, I'll actually note that right now there's lots and lots of people in web tiles. This is part of it's partly due to the fact that all these people, they're in the tournament, and there's basically a tournament every so often when they release a new version, and it's only playable in 0.11. But some people still playing the old version, as you can see from this. Anyhow, we're just going to jump straight into 0.9. And I'll demonstrate what the Mountain Dwarf is like. And looking at the background suggestions, they suggest like fighters, gliders, berserkers, paladins, priests, healers, chaos knights, reavers, conjurers, fire elementals, earth elephants, or hunters as their generic background starting. Paladins are basically holy warriors of the Shining One. They share many similar abilities of fighters and priests. In particular, they're charged to fight evil and gain power by destroying demons, the undead, blah blah blah. They fight honorably, so you have to follow like the Shining One's principles and all that. And of course, there's race restrictions and such. I don't think that really strikes me as something I want to play. It looks interesting, I guess, but it's not really something I really want to start with. Reavers are basically warriors who learn conjurations and are competent or deadliest in combat. Like Crusaders, their training is way more towards spellcasting than they are, and are best known for keeping their armor light. So this is like, I guess, your generic arcane blade type character. It has weapon of choice, letter armor, book of conjurations, or book of conjurations and fire. And they have fighting, chosen weapon, armor, dodging, spellcasting, conjurations. And I guess it's removed in version 0.8 because of whatever reason. They probably get a reason. Let's look at it. Let's see here. Scalds are the Crusaders, so they got changed, of course. They're more of just a species that, this might actually work well for the dwarf, I guess, because they're not so great at spellcasting, but they're not horribly bad that they couldn't, do this, I guess. Well, I don't think I really want to do that. Anyways, Reavers, they're gone. I can't choose them. I don't think the Paladins are available either. When were they removed, I wonder? They got removed in 0.7, so yeah, I can't play them either. Book of Conjurations, that's of course Magic Dart, Throw Frost, Magic Cloud, Static Discharge, Lightning Bolt, Bolt of Cold. And then we have Fire and Earth, which is more way toward blowing stuff up. I can see why this guy would be so deadly with a dwarf. It's like just completely weighted toward his fire and earth attributes with conjuration. And Mountain Dwarves aren't that bad conjuration, so yeah. And let's see here. Highlights. This is when they added feelers in 0.8, I guess. And character. This is Fine Reaver. So they just removed. Okay, they didn't say why. Oh well. But whatever. They're gone. I won't, go into the history of things anymore. Let's just decide what am I going to do with this. They suck at spellcasting, but at the same time, Mountain Dwarves, they probably would benefit if I went with a spellcasting background, just so I could have a book and intelligence to actually cast spells, since spellcasting would not help me too much. Polearm, staves, and long blades are not really their style. They're okay at short blades, axes, and maces, but it'd probably be better to stick with axes or maces, so let's go with maybe fire. Actually, earth might be a better idea. Yeah, let's go with earth. So let's deal with Mountain Dwarf here, which they're actually one of the earlier choices that they had. And we'll go with Earth Elementalist. And as you can see, there's many things different about this game. There's my spells. If I go into this, you can see like it's a lot different than how it looked in the versions 10 or 11. You have like I have 1 level in stealth. I don't have like 1 point whatever. It's just 1, and I have to level it up to make it better. Dodging, stealth, spellcasting, earth magic. That's all to be expected. Let's turn off. Actually, let's keep it all like that, because I think the experience it would be stuff like 2.2 if I left it like that, so I'll train dodging up to 3, I'll train stealth up to 2, spellcasting I'll try and get up to 2, earth magic I'll get up to 5, and we'll just start training other stuff when I get the chance. So, look at the background stuff, they get bonus with dwarven armor, and they don't suffer spellcasting like other races do with it. So, it cancels out their poor dwarven armor abilities with them being dwarves. They get strength, so they're going to get strength up quite a bit. You gain max XP every level, +1 every even level. You gain 1 MP every level, blah blah. You have low magic resistance, and Mountain Dwarves with the skills and equipment listed to their backgrounds with these exceptions. They start with crossbows and bolts instead of bows and arrows, crossbow skills instead of bows, and all weapons and armor are dwarven quality when such variants exist. So if I started, I would have been wearing some dwarf armor, which would have actually been really nice to have, but whatever. I started as element just for the book. Look at my inventory. I've got 20 stones, robe, bread ration, book of geomancy. We're gonna go slowly. Oops. Let's use Sandblast, and we'll heal up. Make sure you turn off Numlock. Now, my goals for this character, I could, play this for, a little bit and like just get killed. But my plans right now for the game, I'm going to play the Mountain Dwarf to show it off. But in addition to that, I'm also going to try and aim to get to the Hive. The Hive was a branch that was actually in the game that you could visit a while ago. And I believe it was a branch in the lair until it got removed. And basically the point of the Hive was that it was a good food source that you could get like some stuff from. But at the same time, I think it got removed because actually let's just go to Hive. That'd probably be quicker. And basically it got removed because it was I guess too simplistic. They felt that having it would press search. Having it was like too easy a way to get I'm not sure what the reason. I'll read it in the Hive here and will understand from that. But basically, I think it's repetitive or too predictable is what their opinions for removing it was. And as for the food stuff that you got from it, they just made it so you got food everywhere else easier. That's gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna play this for a little bit. More stones that could be beneficial. There we go. So it was removed, and the rationale was given as predictable and not challenging. And there's still killer bee vaults, every so often, and they were considering putting it back as a possible mini branch, but not as like an actual branch that you can go into. It is 2 levels, and it was found on dungeon levels 11 to 16, so I guess it's not a branch or layer, it's actual branch. And I actually have royal jelly, particularly rich in golden gems thing, which restores a lot of stats like a potion. It just oh, this is the food. This is actually the boss for the slime pit, so I guess the royal jelly was changed into a boss for whatever reason. One of the slime pits were prior to events did not inflict any damage. I have no clue what the slime pits then are. Whatever. We'll go back to Mountain Dwarf, and we'll start playing at this point. Not sure how long it's been going, but yeah, I've been going for 11 minutes and I've been just been discussing stuff. So let's actually get into playing. Wield. I want no, I don't want to do that. Wield the stones. Sandblast and kill that. We want to take them off, of course. There's a cockroach corpse. We'll leave it be. Ah, my nose. I actually took the time to clean off my computer, and there's dust everywhere in this room. So don't be surprised if I'm just, sort of seemingly sniffling and such. Heal up. Web tiles is annoying, but I don't feel like trying to download the old version of the game, and just playing like this is better. There's some leather armor. That might be better to have in a robe, but I have to train up my armor skill in order to use it well, and I worry about being able to cast my spells currently, so we'll level up first before I think about that, I guess, maybe. Wield some stones here. Threw a dart. The dart missed me. I don't know what it does. Ow. Let's go here. He's still out of range. Oh yes, he's in range. Blast. The rocky blast hits him. Kills him. And now let's back off slowly while the kobold follows me. There we go. Now I got some darts to throw around. Club. More stones. And I will unequip my stones and we'll just continue on. Anyhow, if I die here, it's no big deal. I'm basically gonna just keep playing this old version of the game, and until I, potentially get to the Hive just to show it off. I might be able to find a spire branch or stuff like that too, but I don't think that's as important, basically. Poison darts, or poison needles, a dart. I should wear gloves. And they are normal gloves. I should actually identify scrolls before I start randomly putting on stuff. case I get something bad. I could start trading clubs right now, but there's really no point just yet, so kill him. Get some stones. Yes, no. I'm done exploring. Okay, down a level. I want to hit him again, go up the stairs, and we're just going to start running away with the worm. And I'm going to throw stones at it, because I'm not too worried about ammo problems in this. Plus, the worms are pretty easy. Alright, got a couple chunks of stuff. That's perfect timing because now I can eat the stuff. And I want to let's throw darts at him maybe. I should probably quiver his darts instead of throwing them like that, but there's only a few. Fire a club. Fire the other club. And do this. There we go, magic's level 5, I can turn that off. Okay, so progression tells you how far along you are. So, turn that off. I want to put on a manual. I want to show all skills. And we'll leave it like that. That, works better, I think. Get my orange clubs. Let's throw dagger. Throw club. Throw the other club. Or we'll throw the dart this time. There we go, got a kill. Oh, that's something dangerous. I want to wield the stones. And I want to fire at the snake with the club. And he got really close real fast. Hit him with this. Okay, there he goes. Stealth is level 2. I'm level 3. And there's more intelligence. That got me a big boost in stealth, I guess. More than I needed, but whatever. I'll train stealth a little higher, I guess, just because I want even amounts. I guess in the new version it's less important to have even amounts of skills, but whatever. I'm noticing a lack of doors. I wonder if that's just there's no doors in this version or what. Cockroach. There's a dagger. I don't need that dagger. I didn't want me to wield it either. Throw the dagger. Throw the club. Throw the club. Fire the dart. Still haven't destroyed that dart yet. Whatever. Kills him. I suppose it's about time I start giving my opinions about the removal of the Mountain Dwarf race. And like many people, I'm mostly in agreement that it's a bad idea to remove the race. Really, I can understand the reasons behind removing it. I don't think, D-Peg, who I think was primarily responsible for it, had like any, you know, ill intentions about it. He's just looking to balance the game. But what was really bad about it is that it was like a poor marketing decision, basically. Knowing, you know, of course I'm a marketer. And basically what happened is basically people from Dwarf Fortress who actually play this game, one of the reasons they're playing it was because there's Mountain Dwarfs that you could play, and all of a sudden you kill the incentive to play, you know, the Dwarvish class. So that's part of the main reason I think is a really bad idea marketing wise. As well, it was also perhaps the easiest race that you could play. It was actually the easiest, well, you know, the prime race that most people beat the game with, and he sort of got rid of the easy button race for a couple of other races that you had to buff to make them a little bit better. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, you know, if you want to make it so those races are a little bit stronger and more doable, but I do think that they should have, I think Defect really should have thought out a way of keeping the Mountain Dwarf and getting rid of maybe the other ones, like Minotaur. I think that should have been the one to go really, if, you know, he felt that they were unbalanced and one had to go. Minotaurs were, you know, there's sort of like a monster, and they were sort of gimmicky too. He made even more gimmicky after he changed it so that they had that retaliatory headbutt, but well, I'm sort of, you know, rambling here a little bit about stuff. The real conclusion I can bring to it is that it was really just a poor marketing decision on the part of DPEG, though it was a, you know, it was a good thing to balance the races, because, you know, you don't want to have races that are all real similar. That's why you have like an elf race that's good at casting spells, or you have the merfolk that can run through water and be good at pole arms. And they're all good, like real good reasons, I guess, for, you know, that DPEG had for like balancing the three races so that they weren't so you know, similar. But the real end result is that he really should have removed the Minotaur, or removed the Hill Orc. But, you know, he just, as he's also primarily responsible for the gods as well. So I guess he was sort of against, you know, doing that just because he made the god and he wanted to remove that just for a simple reason that, you know, it's better to get rid of the other race than that. Who knows though, maybe we'll see Mountain Dwarfs in the future, but the game is how it is for now. Sandblast you. There we go, dodging level 3. That's what I want to see. Since dwarves are kind of bad at dodging, I'll take that off. And I'll just keep training up the other ones now. Eat this. I want to wield. Let's wield one of the clubs, because I'd rather, you know, be using a club than a dagger. Hey, look at that! I finally got Trust and Source starting to go up finally. So I guess there's probably doors. It's just that they're not as level yet, or whatever. Kill that. There's a goblin. Come over here. Oh, you hit a trap. I should really think about potentially turning on auto train skills, just so as I train that up, it'll train up. Got no flesh to eat. I'm not going to eat his flesh though, if possible. Throw this, throw this. Because, you know, I'm throwing stuff, but I'm not training it manually, so it's not going up. Do this. He's got a hammer, that's a little bit better than a mace. What is this? Kobold comes in wielding short. You see a hammer. Get this. Let's wield the hammer. An uncursed hammer's a lot better. Throw this, throw this. Blast him. Blast him. That looks like a vault over here. And dungeon level 2. It's Crazy Yigif, or Yuf, whatever you want to call him. I don't want to mess with him because, you know, I'm only so strong at the moment. And let's hit it. There we go, killed it. Kill this guy. Oh, that's not something I want to see. That's more of not what I want to see. And it saw me too. Let's just blast him. Throw stuff at him. I mean, in some ways it'd be fine for the deep dwarf if stuff was charging me like this, but I don't have the intrinsic damage reduction that those other dwarves have. Yes, no. Right, can't pick up stuff with him nearby. There's a way up if I want. Blast you. And blast you. I keep walking up to him, so let's exclude this area. Probably explored, that's it. Okay, so maybe it's about time to think about gods. Here's the god of death. No, don't want to eat that. Yes, no. Do I want to perhaps worship the god of death? He's a nice, like, melee backup god, but I'm not so sure I really care for him as a Mountain Dwarf who's casting. Yeah, no, we're not going to go for this one. We'll go to one of the different gods. We'll go up with one of the jackals, and I'll start beating up and eat them. Try beating him up with the thing. Oh, like a throwing skill. Why am I trading throwing skill? Turn you off. I don't mind trading maces and flails as much, but throwing I'm not interested in training up. And that didn't give me any food. Yep, he jumped very close to me. Yep, beat him up. And we'll eat his corpses because I need to. And you'll notice that when I ate it, I got very sick. And basically what's happening is that when you eat nauseating food in the older version, you get sick instead of, you know, getting nauseous. And it's probably worse for you to get sick than it is to have other stuff happen. Heal up. So, you know, that's why I'm sort of trying to... You drank a potion. I'm sort of trying to avoid eating stupid meat like this. But... and it doesn't exactly help you either, I guess, nutrition-wise either. So that's a little bit annoying. Yes, no. And I got weakened because of the disease. There's a jackal. Let's... I gotta just wait a little bit. Get over here. I'll go up the stairs to this one jackal and we'll try beating him up. Done. I'm no longer sick. If I try and eat this, I'll probably get sick again, so... screw it. There we go, I ate it and I didn't get killed from the sickness or anything. Let's beat up this guy. Get rid of him. So hunger issues are a little bit more of an issue in this version of the game, as you can see. Oh, a blackened wand, that could be useful. Kobold glowing dagger. If I look at him, it's a nice stare, I guess. Oh, nice! I killed him with throwing. Get, yes. Let's start throwing stuff. There's a glowing dwarven dagger. That's kind of useful. But let's just throw these ones at him. Think. That's not what I want to see. That's not what I got hit with either. We want to back off. He's there. He's there. He might throw a dart if I let him move. That's good enough. He's trapped there. He's trapping the other guy. I probably should have wielded some stones before I jumped at him. Ow. Sandblast. And a giant cockroach is apparently clinging to the walls. I didn't know they could do that in this version. I hate the fact that I'll have to do it, but I'm going to have to consider getting the It's funny how it can cast spells even with, near starving. I'm gonna eat the bread. I don't want to be eating contaminated meat over and over again and getting sick. Because sickness isn't exactly something that's cool to have early on. Get this. I'm picking up armors to wield, but I'm not wielding them just because I haven't identified scrolls yet, so I'll do that eventually. Level 4. That's, gonna be nice. Bat, I kill it. There, dead. There's no doors, really. Kind of annoying. Kill this guy. More ring mail. Split mail's getting a little bit heavy at this day in the game. Another hammer. There's a trap here. If I go... Okay, I'm going to find a trap there. Find a trap there. Whoops. And I want to turn off and unlock to start. Yes. Ow, ow, ow. I suck, as you can see, from collecting experience and all that. It's funny how the jackals both died here, though. Alright, let's heal up. One became a mushroom, that's fine. Strength returning, gets cool. Let's throw this at him. You know, Sandblast. I gotta be more conservative with my spell power, because of course it cost me. That's actually a good position to start using the exploding stuff. And I'll throw, boom. And I killed a couple too. Nice. Sure, why not? We'll start throwing these at him. Hit this. Boom! Stealth is all free. And went up too much again. Oh well, whatever. Ow. Whatever. Boom. Get that snake. And there we go, we survived. There's a little trap there, or shaft. Should probably be more conservative with my stones too, but I'm really not worried about running out of those. Do. Sling bullets I don't care for. Blast him. Yes. No. Butcher the corpse. Get all. Done exploring. Go here, and I want to consider what I'm going to do next. I got rotting flesh, but that's fine. I got other stuff. I got potion of speed because I saw someone use them. Let's head down. I'm going to wield the crossbow. I'm going to wield... What next? I want to wield the other hammer. Langhurst hammer. Let's wield some ringmail. Other ringmail. We'll wield... Right now, if you can't tell, I'm going through my stuff to find out what is cursed, and if I get a cursed item, then I can, you know, use remove curse or stuff to deal with it. There we go, that's the cursed one. Let's start reading scrolls. This is probably identify scroll. Let's identify the rings. That's the see invisible. I want the menu. I want to do the other ring. Ring of dexterity. This is awesome. I'm getting lots of uses out of this. Let's use it on the... Let's do it on maybe some of my potions. This one, potions of agility, as a scroll of identify, reads more scrolls. F, blink to where? Blink. And we'll read some more. Get some... Oh, I got a cursed hammer now. And... There we go, I got remove curse. I can go put back on the robe. I'm actually going to start dropping stuff that's not really beneficial to me. Let's drop C. No, I want to drop A, L, S, X, and M. And I want to evoke the rod and find out what it does. Want to frost. I want to put on jewelry. Bring a dexterity. I'll put on the other one too, just because I don't have another ring and whatever. Maybe I'll find a segment or something. I want to maybe drop some of this other stuff I don't need. I don't need to have 2 hammers, so drop 1 hammer. We'll drop the clubs, I guess. No, we'll drop the daggers. I don't need to have daggers up the yin yang and BY. New. Get rid of that. That's fine dropping all that stuff. I retained some clubs. Got the hammer, the crossbow. I can probably memorize some more spells now, so maybe I should do that and get stone skin and such. I can memorize everything except for LRD. I'm only training Earth at the moment, but let's get stone skin, because that's a good defensive spell. Yes. Let's memorize nothing else because I can't. Okay. Oh well, I'm getting there. Identify scroll, robe, ring mail, ring, and mace. I don't really need any of this stuff except for maybe this. Let's put on the ring to see if I can find out what it does. Whoops. A, I'll put it over G. Ring of protection, that's a lot better. And I'll just keep on going. There's a hound. I want to wield the stones. I want to start firing stuff at him. Let's go with the clubs. I don't want to just fire there, but I'll make sure I'm firing the right things. Boom! That was awesome. Traps indoors and spellcasting got increased. Turn this off, and I'll actually turn off this for now. And now everything's going into stealth, which is fine. Fighting in stealth, actually. Get this. That's kind of dangerous to look at. Let's go here. I'll start blasting it. Run away. I do not want to see an ogre come that way. Oh, I got poisoned. I'm more poisoned. I'm probably going to die from poison here. I'm going to go up. Blast you. Blast you. I'm not saying I'm fighting because I'm worse at that sort of thing, while not being so bad at potentially blasting him. Like that. This. I've got to worry about dying from poison now. This got mixing the flails up enough to get to 1. Alright, I'm gonna start quaff IDing. Let's do The silvery potion? That's not good. That's this mana. That's brilliance. Yay, I poisoned myself even further. And brown potion? Oh wait, no, I got confused now. So, much like always, I eat the poison potion when I want a cure potion. Feel sick, I'm gonna probably die from poison here. At least I'm not confused anymore. Let's... Oh, I know, I survived. I didn't expect to survive that. Can't go down that stair anymore because of the ogre. So we'll just put exclude over here. And my stuff's rotting, of course, because that's what food does. I am not carrying anything now because I'm let it all rot. Let's go up there. And down here this time. Kill you. Up. Oh, there's the ogre. I want to get food at this point, so my initial reaction is just try to... Damn. Didn't get any food. But at least I got this high enough to take this off. I'll start training up. Let's keep training up earth magic, I guess. Everything else is mostly even at this point, so that's fine. I don't want to be anywhere around the ogre, but... where's the other downstairs? I could take that if I want to. These are items up here. It kind of sucks how the staircase are the same color, not purple or whatever. Yeah, I know I'm hungry. And it figures I don't get anything from him. Dwarven hammer. That's a lot better than a regular hammer. Let's wheel it. Or should I? That's not something I want to use. And P. Enchant weapon 1. How nice, I've got enchanted stones. Hey. Well, at least I can back off. Blast him. Let's maybe get the orc. Yep, blast him. Blast him. There we go, all dead. I'll eat the hobgoblin because I don't really have much choices in food. I need to get real good food though, or gourmet or something soon. Right, just scroll. That's useful. I bet that's a cure potion or something useful. Because you have to find something useful like that, or this one. Being called, one moment. I see time's going on. Alright, let's see here. I got a fairly good start at this point. I'm tempted to use Identify Scrolls in the Dwarf Hammer, but it's kind of a weak weapon to test it on. Giant newt. Potentially food from that thing, but no. Alright, I'm gonna use this. Arrow trap. Yeah, it figures I run into another trap. I'm actually going to turn traps on just because it's beneficial to train it up, but I'll put... Oh, I can't, you know, really focus on it. I have no idea how to get the practice of focus. Oh well. Because we'll train both a little bit. Feel this arm. Ow. Done. Okay, another snake. And you notice that these are called snakes, they're not called adders. That's just the naming difference from the old and the new versions. They changed like the small little constricting snakes into something different. I forgot what they're called, constricting snakes. And then they changed the this snake into adders to poison you. What to do? I actually want to quiver ruined darts. Instead of throwing my stones all over the place. Yeah, I would, wander that way. He sees me. Blast him. This is either bad or good. And it's looking kind of bad. Oh. There we go. Killed the ogre. Got more int. And he's dead. He wasn't too tough. He just hits really hard. Okay, so here's the real threat in this level. Giant gecko. Throw down. It's a dart of frost. I probably should be healing up, but I'm feeling a little bit more crazy because there's no more ogre to really care about. Oh, miscast. We'll leave that alone. Throw this, throw this, throw this. Nope. Oh, there he is. Stupid bat running around. One moment. Not good to be saying stuff on a dry throat. Then if I scroll, I actually want to go down first because I want to clear the upstairs part last. There's an altar here. It's that's no good to me. So we'll just leave Zom alone. I'm not gonna, get myself killed just to show off Zom and all that. Jackals. Throw frost. Blast him with this. Blast him with that. I'm actually gonna eat some food before I go after him. Snake flesh. Blast you. Oh, he didn't die at his first shot. There's Jackal corpse. A ruined rope could be useful. And he's not dead. Let's wield the other ones now. There we go. There we go. And I want to pick up this robe. I'm actually going to wear this right away just because I want to see what it does. That's about far better than my current robe, so let's get rid of the old one. And let's see. Let's actually read this other scroll. That's a tech curse, that's beneficial. I got nothing cursed right now, so that means that Dwarven Hammer is better than my current thing. You know, melee weapon. And there's another arrow trap. Get rid of that. There's a door. So they do exist, eventually. Ah, my first skeleton. Kill you. Teleport scroll. Newt. Alright, so, you know, it took me an hour to get around, but I've made my way through the dungeon a little bit, and I'm not dead yet. If I go down this one staircase, I'll... Oh, shoot. Well, next time will be fine, because I'm going to have an open level. Anyway, I'll end the video here, and I'll see where I go with my Mountain Dwarf. Maybe I'll make it to the lair, or the Hive, rather. Explore that a little bit, and all that. Take care.